You'll regret not stopping when you're in the thick of it. These aren't goods, they're necessities.
Arrested too for disorderly conduct last
here.
night.
See for yourself.
Don't want to know.
I've got all the best goods here.
Learning all day. By the forge, I believe I've earned a drink or two.
You wouldn't be so eager to speak with me if you knew me.
You wouldn't be so eager to speak with me if you knew me.
Prices keep going up in Meridian.
Thinking about heading back to the claim.
I need a moment. My duties today are endless.
The longer we stay here, the more it'll feel like home.
Sun's rising.
You look like you can handle yourself.
You'll like what I have for sale, I promise.
She said her love was fueled by machines. I'm sure it's a lie, but with so many dying recently.
Won't cost you a shard just to look.
I've got all the best goods here.
He complained for an hour about another woman rising in the Hunter's Lodge. He needs a better pastime.
Would you like to buy something today?
Come, take a look. I'll give you a good price.
Landers.
I've got all the best goods here. These aren't good. Corruption spreads. More sunless days
A little more dirt on you, and even you'd pass for an Oseram.
I've heard rumors of this machine named Redmore. Is it real? Has anyone survived an encounter?
Oh, it's good to be sitting down. I've got a lot on my mind. Sorry.
I don't like spending so long away from the hunt. Makes my muscles twitch.
Some other Wyricks after our herd. We'll claim first blood, but it'll require cunning.
This is the Hunter's Lodge. Only members and invited guests are allowed in.
How do I get invited?
You've come all the way from the Savage East, right? You must have come across some of our hunting grounds. Each one has a set of hunting trials. If you pass a trial, you get an award called a half-sun. Win 3, and I'll let you in. Now off you go.
Fire and spit. Bet they didn't make 2 of you.
Some Oseram is building a mansion that will block my view.
What did you want to talk about?
You were an outlander, no? An adventurer. I used to be one myself. I admit, I miss the beguiling colors of the wilds. Speaking of which, I wonder if you've come across a very special kind of flower. It's made of metal, like a machine. Other blossoms grow around them in amazing patterns. These gleaming beauties are very much in demand among my clients. If you bring me some, I have valuables to trade for them.
You said you were an adventurer.
Just so. The nobles of Meridian crave flowers for their balconies and gardens. So out I went, with bow and spear. I made my name by searching the wilds for the wildest blossoms. No bandit nor machine could keep me from those precious petals.
So what happened?
Love happened, my sweet. My paramour frets too much when I venture out. So now I collect flowers for those without such bonds.
Is it worth it? Being restrained like that?
Of course. Freedom is sweet, but the embrace of my beautiful Theradine is sweeter still.
These metal flowers, what are they exactly?
No one knows, but some say they began sprouting 20 years ago when the machine started to go mad. Perhaps they grow from the tears of the sun, for he has many faces, does he not? Wrathful one day, cool and patient the next. Perhaps he weeps for our suffering when his anger breaks. Ah, let us haggle over this beautiful bounty. Till we meet again, my noble Nora. Everyone needs a splash of color in their lives. Come, let's talk it over. I have a matter of grace and beauty I would like to discuss with you.
Don't look to me for help. My duty is to guard. I don't get involved in politics. Good to see you.
Don't look to me for help.
Could you spare a moment to speak of the finer things?
most visitors to Meridian never get to enjoy them.
I could take Red Maw. It's just an old Thunderjaw that no one has defeated. It's about time.
I've always wondered, are all your kind hunters and fighters, or just a few? We've lived under the same sun all this time. Imagine that.
Lenora. I'm the mournful Naman. My apologies that we meet like this.
Like this?
In grief. You hold yours close, like a talisman. Wait, forgive me. You didn't come for reparations? Someone you lost to the Sun Ring?
No. I know about the Red Raids, but the Carja owe me nothing.
I see. Well, I could use the help of a strong-willed outlander. Then I would owe you very much indeed. These people seek to honor their loved, their lost, with their own voices, not mouthing Carja rituals to Carja stone. But there are obstacles. And while Meridian holds its breath for any disturbance, these robes only tie my hands.
Naman, rituals and prayers can't bring back those who are lost.
No, but it can help those who grieve to find themselves. It can lend them strength and hope, like a new sunrise.
What kind of obstacles?
The first pilgrim is an Oseram, who seeks to visit the Shrine of Kings on the road to the city. He waits there now, forbidden to enter by an old sun priest who suffer no heathen. This Utaru lost her companion on the edge of the Jewel, at a pool where snap moths gather. The shrine was built there to ward off the machines, and its effectiveness leaves much to be desired. And the Manuk would paint a mark on the sun's climb, a call to the machine spirits, I understand. They need no beckoning. Glinthawks perch there, drawn to the spire's shining.
So, clear the machines out of 2 shrines and move a priest out of the other.
All I can ask for is your charity and that their stories are heard.
I didn't think your priesthood would ask outsiders for help.
If only the sun would set on our pride. Until this is done, I am no sun priest. To wear a red robe was an aspiration. I aspired. Now our hoods make us blind. We whisper reconciliation, but forget how the old king's priests sang the words and blessed the killing.
The killing? You mean the Red Raids?
Yes. And the sacrifices that came after.
Why did the priests go along with all that bloodshed?
Sometimes we Carja are more concerned with what is tradition than what is right.
Huh. Maybe the Carja and Nora aren't so different. You're disappointed with the Sun Priests, but you still wanted to be one?
I spent my whole life looking up to the temple. My brother's voice echoing in its arches. Even he couldn't turn me away, and how he tried, in the end. He said, when we were loved, our robes were dyed in cinnabar. Now they are stained in blood.
How so?
Our robes are handed down to us. Most of the old priests fled rather than be seen in the glare of a new sun. And so we are left to wear their sins. For me, at least, they hang heavy.
Where is your brother now?
He waits for me on the trail of the sun, I hope. He spoke out against the sacrifices. For a priest to question the Sun King's will, his punishment was worst of all.
You lost someone you loved too. I'm sorry.
No, not lost. When I took on these robes, I found his memory.
I'll do what I can to help those in mourning.
To honor their memories is to honor us all.
You look like you've traveled far, Outlander.
From the Great Plains. But not alone. Never alone. This This was a city of cages 2 harvests ago. Wooden bars leave marks. I kept those marks. I can still feel the bars.
They took you as a slave, but you escaped.
During the liberation, my friend and I, they'd put us to work in the quarries together. We'd grown alike, so we fled together. But in the smoke, the trees, we ran right into the machines. I kept running. I thought she was just behind me. She is still. Wherever I go, just behind me. And that's why I came back, to finally free us from that moment. But I need your help to do it.
Elevators bring the best produce up from the village below.
You're not like the others. You wear machine parts, but you hunted them yourself.
How can you tell?
A hunter knows a hunter. My people run with the great metal herds among the northern glaciers. But the glint hawks at Sun's Climb are too strong for me. So I cannot fulfill my vow to paint the story of my people there. How the madness of the machines spread to the Carja, and they sent their soldiers, feet frost blackened, to bring us here in chains. Our shamans, who sing the machine songs, many were taken to their deaths. Their songs go unfinished in Banur. Help me honor them. Help me paint their story. I ask you this. Hunter to hunter.
Meridian is a marvel of engineering that has stood for generations.
Good to see you.
Oh, son, may this ceasefire be short-lived and the peace be everlasting.
You could spend your whole life in Meridian and never live the same day twice.
King Avad's decree brought the Hunter's Lodge in line. Here they had to admit another woman into the ranks.
Well?
The sun shines on those who mind their own, so they say.
I hear King Avad is too busy paying. Everybody knows your business in Meridian, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
King Avad's decree brought the Hunter's Lodge in line. They admitted a woman into the ranks.
Well, don't you seem fresh-faced and ready for anything?
I wonder who that is.
Able-bodied adventurers, preferably with no friends or family, but I'm not choosy. Oi there, Outlander. Name's Vilgund. Did you come to the city looking for work? Oh, good shards. Enough to buy garb more becoming of your...
Okay, stop there if you want me to hear you out.
I only meant a well-molded woman such as you. I heard an interesting rumor about a Banuk camp. Tame machines, the rumor said. So I hired men to investigate. Just investigate, that's all. Those Banuk are canny. Too canny. I paid up front. Well, half up front. I've had no word back.
So now you're hiring someone to find the last men you hired.
They're a sunk cost. This rumor's worth more to me.
What can you tell me about the Banuk?
The Banuk women. Snow witches all. Cold eyes, cold... They choose to live up there in Ban-Ur, in the ice. Trying to have a conversation, it's like chipping them out of the stuff. They prefer machines for company. That's why I'm putting my shards on this rumor.
Then they might not want outsiders to know about this place.
Their mystic act. No care for possessions, for luxuries. Pile of slag. Those people bargain harder than the winter frost.
So is there any more to the rumor about this camp?
The last bunch just wanted to know about the reward. You're a smart one. This camp isn't even big enough for a name up where the snow won't thaw. They say the Banuk there live alongside machines. Peaceful as you like. Keep 'em, use 'em, sing to 'em. If it's true, if we learn how they do it, think how valuable that would be to all the tribes.
When you say valuable, you mean they'd pay you for it.
Girl, I'm not made of straw.
Are you some kind of merchant? You don't seem to have any wares.
More of an explorer.
But you send other people to do your exploring.
All right, more of an opportunist. Girl, Nora girl, Huntress. We live in a world of opportunities. Risky opportunities. But why should risk stand in the way of a lucrative prospect for the likes of me? All right. I'm more of a gambler.
If I did look into your rumor...
You won't need to climb up the shoulders of the world for it. It's on the edge of Banuk land, beneath the anvil of the moon. And you look like you know your way around the Savage East. The East. If it's true they walk among machines without fear in this camp, well, you can't miss that, can you? Payment on return.
Irid. Didn't want to startle you.
Oh, yes. I heard of the tragedy that befell your tribe. The sun hung low that day as we traveled back.
So, this is the Temple of the Sun Priests.
Where we offer our daily prayers for balance. I'm afraid only Carja can participate, but you are welcome to observe.
Don't worry. I'm used to it. What are these prayers?
To recognize the sun is to recognize we live in renewal. By its rise and fall, we determine what to take up and what to set aside. Offered to its pure heat, the skin peels, and old time is burned away. We treasure the blisters.
That sounds... painful.
Well, there is no glory without sacrifice.
The temple looks out on the tower across the valley. Why?
Ah, that's the spire, guiding us forever skyward, gleaming with the rays of the sun at noon. It is said that the spire's shadow lay across this mesa when our ancestors came to the valley, searching for a home. Thus, sun and spire joined, showing the Carja where to build. The dawn of Meridian.
Always illuminating, Irid.
May your tread be as sure as the sun's rising.
Can I interest you in a reasonable share of a lucrative opportunity?
Isn't that the girl who rides machines?
Everyone needs a splash of color in their lives. Come, let's talk it over.
Should be out there fighting machines, not pacing around here.
No one goes into the palace without an invitation.
It's not what I imagined when I was a boy, but it's decent work.
strangers. Never to steal and want something from me. Some Oseram girl applied to the city guard the other day. Amazing.
I'm not trading. Just a moment of your time, please. You're the one the Vanguard has been crowing about. The Nora who tracks criminals and traitors with her second sight. If only you'd use it to help me. A thief raided my home and took my brother's sword.
Tell me about the robbery. Don't leave anything out.
It was brazen and professional. They took only the sword, my most valuable possession. The thief went out through the window and scared the shadow off my steward. Otherwise, it would have been a clean getaway.
Why would someone steal the sword?
It's priceless. Made from the burnished antler of a lancehorn, finely inlaid with studded stones all down the...
Okay, I get it.
Forgive me. That's not even why it's important. The 12th Sun King gave it to my brother for his military service. He was killed in battle during the liberation. I was saving it for my nephew who stranded at Sunfall with the Karja in Shadow.
How did your nephew wind up in Sunfall?
Most of the old clergy backed the Mad Sun King, so when he fell, they ran out of fear of retribution. As an honor guard to a venerable priest, my nephew had no choice but to go with them. Now that my brother is gone, my nephew is my heir, so that sword really belongs to him. And after all he's been through, I won't be able to look him in the face if I don't get it back.
I'll see what I can do about the robbery.
Have a word with my steward if you need to. He saw the thief escape. And listen, all I want is the sword back. Meridian, and my family for that matter, has seen enough strife already. If I can get it back, all is forgiven. No retribution necessary. Any news about my stolen sword?
Not yet. I'll see what I can... The thief broke the lattice on the way out. And some blood. Looks like they cut themselves on the splinters. Drops of blood leading away. You saw the thief make a run for it?
My back was to the wall, you see? Wasn't expecting someone to crawl out the window. He ran past me, dressed in gray, clutching the sword. That's all I saw. By the sun, my heart nearly seized up.
I work all day while the nobles fool with their robes.
Rugged? Well-traveled? Yes. I would like to talk to you.
Outlanders hate the card. We work hard as anything.
I just want a moment's peace.
I have nothing for you, I'm afraid.
Traelin's here. But someone must have seen the thief.
I'd like to discuss a trade with you, Outlander.
Meridian is a marvel of engineering that has stood for generations.
Did someone run past here, holding a sword?
Sure did. He grabbed some linen off the stand here and took off down the stairs behind you. He was bleeding, so maybe he needed a binding. Blast it! That was expensive cloth. I can't believe I paid for that thief's bandage.
If the thief came this way, there's only one way he could have gone. Forward. sign of the thief. Someone must have seen him go by.
I miss Mainspring. Charcoal smoke from a dozen forges, rough-made work, piss and liquor.
Did you see anyone run through here? He would have been holding a sword.
Yeah, almost crashed into me too. He ran down the parapet here and went down the lift. No way you'll catch him now. I didn't see a sword, though.
He wasn't carrying anything.
Not a damn thing. Just ran like his ass was on fire.
The thief must have ditched the sword. But where?
The man
Maybe
ran
he
past
had
like a
help.
grunting grazer, and he didn't have no sword.
That merchant stall.
Don't know what else to say.
Drop off.
Maybe once Sunfall surrenders, we're moving forward.
It looks like the thief got away, but without the sword. I thought maybe he dropped it off somewhere. Like here, for instance?
What? No. I had nothing to do with this.
I guess we'll see when I get the city guard to toss your stall and question your customers.
Hold on. There's more to this. You've got a reputation for shining light in the darkness, so I know you'll listen. You're right. The sword was passed to me, and I passed it on to someone else. It's going to be sold, but not for profit. The shards will go to people in need.
You expect me to believe that?
I can prove it. Meet my friends at the watermill in the lower village. They'll explain everything. If they don't convince you, come right back with the guards. I'm not going anywhere.
It wouldn't matter if you did. I'd find you. But all right. I'll check out the watermill. Okay. Guess I should go to this watermill then to find out what's going on.
So it's good to just...
Would you like to buy something today? Don't forget to stock up before you're on the road. Come, take a look.
for yourself.
I'll give you a good price.
You'll like
what I have for
You'll like what I have
Buy
for
what
sale,
you
I
need,
promise. Won't cost
leave
you a
the
shard
rest.
just to
best
look.
goods here.
Buy what you need, leave the rest. Find goods for a fair price. You'll regret not stopping when you're in the
Don't
thick
pass up
of it.
these
Check out
goods.
these wares. Only
Don't
the
forget to
finest
stock
goods
up
here.
before you're on
See
the
for
road.
yourself. Would you like to buy something today?
Take a look at
Don't
these
pass up
wares.
on these goods.
Fine goods
Would you
for a
like
fair
to buy
price.
something today?
I've got all the best goods here.
Take a look at these
You'll
wares.
like what I have.
Don't
Would you like to
forget
buy
to
something
before
today?
you're on the road.
Hunters, scroungers, bring us your
Tell
medals.
us that the Mad Sun King's sins
Scroungers? What kind of brutes are you trying to attract?
Fine goods for a fair price.
Buy what you can, leave the
Steal
rest.
to my
I
soul will
wouldn't
teach him how
say
to do
agree.
it.
I don't complain about your counting, other than it
Check
takes
out
too
these
long.
wares.
I'll shake it out later.
All the best goods here.
Didn't sleep too well last night, so I have nothing to trade.
I was told to expect you, Aloy. I suppose you want answers. Well, it's not complicated. We collect valuable objects from people who don't need them, sell them for shards, and use the money to help the needy at Sunfall.
You mean you steal?
If you want to call it that. From hogs who've had their turn at the trough for generations.
Ravon didn't seem like a hog to me.
He stinks just like the rest of them, of wealth and contentment, while people beneath him suffer.
Who exactly gets the shards at Sunfall?
Not the bastards in the fortress. We use the shards to make sure the poor in Shadowside get to eat, or bandage their wounds. They only went west because they had to. Trust me, I know. My wife was chained up with a bunch of servants and herded with them. They starved to death, still bound together.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
Where's the sword now?
Safe. I haven't sold it yet.
What do you expect me to do now? Walk away?
I was hoping you'd help us. They say you can track like a stalker. Well, my partner Nassan disappeared near the branded shore. He was bound for Sunfall, along with an entire shipment of food. If you found that, you'd be helping a lot of people.
I'll consider it. But only if you return the sword to Ravon.
I knew you were gonna say that. Fine, I'll return the damn blade. Nassan was supposed to meet his contact at an old campfire on the fork near the branded shore. Start looking there. But be careful. Lots of machines out there, and lots of Shadow Karja. And not the needy kind, but they're tormentors.
There are no shadows under the noonday sun. Words to live by.
Any word about my partner? Haven't been stealing. I promise.
can't be too prepared.